Welcome back to my channel post Halloween, and we're back to the normal makeup tutorials. I wanted to do my first impressions and kind of try this guy out. This is the Nude Tude palette by the Balm, and this is my first time not only using the palette but using anything from the Balm. The Balm. I think in Ireland, like with my big bugger accent, I say the Balm, and other people say the Balm, so I don't know, the Balm. There you go, it's this gorgeous palette. So I wanted to try this out, do something fairly day friendly but still kind of sassy. And yeah, I think that's in my head because this guy here is called Sassy. It has some fun names, because I am going on a hot chocolate date with my friend Bronwyn now, and I wanted to wear a bit of makeup and kill two birds with one stone by filming this video, but I have to rush now because I have to go and get my bus. But if you want to see how this is done, guys, just keep watching, and you'll see what I think about the palette at the end of the video and kind of throughout the video because I'm blabbing loads. But yeah, thanks a million for watching, guys, and just keep watching. Cheers. Okay, so I have brows and base done because there's nothing really exciting there, but I will be doing a video soon on the new brush that I've been using for my foundation lately, which is this guy. So that'll be coming up in the next probably week or two, but I'll just start off with my eyes, and I'm using this Youngblood Stay Put eye primer. This is great for anyone who has dry lids like myself. Not great if you have hooded or oily lids. I know my friend Karen from Lovely Girly Bits was trying this out and it didn't really get along with her, but it is great for anyone who doesn't have either of those things. Okay, so I'm using this baby here, as I said, which has a fairly decent selection of colours. The only thing it doesn't have would be like a subtle highlight for your brows, like, because Sassy here is going to be way too harsh. So I'm actually just going to use my very much loved Max Factor Pale Pebble eyeshadow pot. I really like this, and I just realised I have no brushes in front of me. Give me a sec. I'm just going to brush that onto my brow bone. I'm going to go into Sassy, and I will use that on the inner corner of my eye, even though it is still very or harsh. It's just very white. I'm going to go into, let's see, I was just watching Katie from Lustrelux and Desi Perkins on Katie's Snapchat questions, so I'm going to go for Selfish because that's always what they say and that's in my mind. So I'm going to pop Selfish onto my lid, which is it's taupe pretty much. It's like a slightly it's kind of like a golden taupe. I don't know, would you say it's a bronze? Actually, yeah, it's kind of like bronzy. I don't know. This is going on really buttery, so it's a really nice texture. Doesn't seem to be much fallout. Let's put some Snobby, which is that light kind of, I don't know, yellowy peach, just on the inner corner. So it'll help marry the white with the bronzy colour. It's actually kind of an unusual colour. It's like a lemon. Yeah, it's like a frosted lemon kind of colour. Pretty though. And we'll pop a little bit of that on the lower lid. Okay, now I am moving on to a petite crease brush. This is like a no-name brush, I can't remember what this is called, so it's just a paddle brush. This is my Petite Crease by Zoeva. I know some people say Zoeva. I think it's just in Ireland we'd pronounce it Eva, that's why I'm going with that. 231, this is like my favourite crease brush, and I'm going to go into Sultry because it's like early in the day here and I'm going to go into town, so I don't want to go too crazy. And the other matte colours are pretty dark. Actually, yeah, looking at this, it would be nice if maybe Sassy was maybe not so white. And maybe if one of those pink colours was a lighter matte, just for blending out. I like this Sultry though, it's kind of like a yellowish brown. Because as you blend it out, it has a bit of a, yeah, yellowish brown tone, which I quite like. I have more than enough of like red base browns. And this is blending really well, so like the more frosty shades are really, really buttery, and the matte shades seem to be really smooth, which is what you want. And I'm just going to pop that underneath the lower lash line as well. Oh, I like those eyeshadows. They've gone on so easily. Anyhow, let's go into, yeah, I think I'll just keep it fairly neutral today. We'll go into Sleek, which is the darkest brown in the outer corner. And I am liking the look of this. There are not enough like deep dark browns in this world that are like close to darkest brown, because even in MAC, none of the MAC browns are very, very dark. Like even, I mean, they're dark, but they're not like deepest, darkest brown dark. I mean, I never have to think too hard about where to put my darkest color because my crease is so defined, but if you're not too sure and you're kind of starting out, just leave your brush down onto your lid, especially if it's not as defined, and wherever it naturally goes in between the bone and the eye, that's where you want to deposit the colour. Just do little circular motions and then sweep it in towards the centre of the lid. What have I got here? Okay, I've got a tiny little NYX smudge brush. This is B17. I've had this so long I don't know if it still exists or if it's still like for sale, but I'm going to use that to apply some Sleek underneath the lower lash line. I'm keeping this really close to the lash line, and then blend it out with the Zoeva brush. And I have to say there's minimal fallout with that, which is quite good. Because I'm being lazy, I'm going to go into the black, which is called Serious. I said that really weird, Serious. And using the same small NYX brush, I'm just going to use that very close to my upper lash line. I need to go closer to my mirror for this. So I'm only lining the outer half of my lid, starting pretty much at the center and then bringing it up so it just lifts the eye a little bit. And yeah, I'm really, really liking this palette after this first application. I'm going to leave my eyeshadow at that. I cleaned off my brush a little bit on some tissue. I'm going to dip back into Sultry ever so slightly and even tap that off in a tissue so it's not too strong, just to go around this a tiny bit again. Okay, now for mascara, and you're probably sick of seeing this, but this is seriously the best mascara I think I've ever used, and I haven't really been a big fan of fibre mascaras before this. It's the Pixie Lengthy Fibre Mascara, and it's pretty much what I've been using all month. I've tried a couple other mascaras in between, like new ones that I got, and none of them were as good as this, so I keep going back to it. And despite this being a fibre mascara and having literally little fibre bits on it, they don't fall down onto my cheek, which is what I never really loved about fibre mascaras in the past, because that would often happen. Saying that though, I don't tend to put it too heavily on my bottom lashes, if at all, just because it does make them longer so that they're liable to hit off this skin underneath my eye, and then it can transfer a little bit, but that's a testimony to how well this mascara lengthens. I got to hurry up because I need to get the bus into town in 20 minutes to meet my friend Bronwyn. So I have been loving this recently. I didn't love it on my first impressions, but now that I've been finding new ways to use it, it's the NYX Wonder Stick. It's a contour stick and highlight stick. For the highlight part, I warm the product on the back of my hand and blend it in, or like tap it on with my finger. This is way better for me rather than going in directly from the stick, because it's a little bit too hard almost, and I find I get a much better finish this way. So I'm putting the highlight here on my Cupid's bow and like lightly down the center of my nose. Whereas the contour side of this is actually kind of more emollient. I find that I don't really have to warm it up as much, but you don't want to go overboard either, so just kind of paint it on where you think you want it. I'll deal with my nose probably in a minute, but I'm just going to use my MAC 159 brush. You don't need to put too much pressure on it. The white bristles, which are synthetic, will do the work for you. I've said it loads of times before, but that's the whole idea with these dual fiber brushes, is you really don't want to put too much pressure on them. You just allow those white bristles, the synthetic fibers, to do the work for you. And I love cream contour for daytime because I think it's quite delicate. It's not as obvious sometimes as powder contour can be. And I have a spot that's coming through on my cheek. I'll pop a little bit of concealer on that again. That's the problem when you get spots on your cheeks. It can be really hard to put cream products over them. Anything that requires like buffing. Okay, then for my nose, this is making it look fatter. No, I really want to make this tip look smaller. I swear, and I know this could be in my head, but I don't think it is because I've been looking over old photos. In the past 10 years, like say obviously throughout my 20s maybe and into my 30s, my nose has gotten bigger. I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that your nose and your ear, I think your ears continue to grow throughout your lifetime, and I'm convinced my nose has gotten bigger, so that sucks. So I like to lightly contour. That'll do. Just kind of softens the tip a little bit. Okay, like I said, I need to thunder on because I need to go get a bus. I'm going to put this Catrice Prime and Fine powder anywhere I get most oily. So just here in the center of my forehead, even though actually I don't even get oily there, I just can get a bit shiny. Don't know why I put it there. Down the sides of my nose and just on the very tip and either side of my nose. That's where I get quite oily. And we'll do a little bit on my chin as well. Then, where's it gone? For the rest of the face, I'm going to go into this Hourglass Diffused Light, which is one of their ambient lighting powders. This is beautiful. I have been trialing this out since I got it like throughout last month, and I did wear it all over my face a couple of times, but it's almost a little bit too shimmery. Like it's very, very subtle shimmer, but it can be a little bit too much. So I kind of just put it in certain areas. I don't know why I'm putting it back over my forehead. I normally would put that one there rather than the matte one. I don't really need anything too matte on my forehead because my forehead gets quite dry. And I'm going to put this lightly underneath my eyes. Okay, so let's finish off with, and that does show up that NYX highlighter in a really subtle way as well. I don't want anything to be too obvious for the daytime. What am I looking for? Actually, let's do another first impression on camera. This is the powder blush A Little Lusty by MAC. It's from the Magnificent Me collection, which is out at the moment, I think. Yeah, and I'm gonna pick that up, but definitely tap off excess because it is a strong blush. It's the kind of colour I would normally use more heavily on like darker skin tones. But you can definitely get away with this with slightly lighter skin tones as long as you're careful in the application. And I do love my cranberry tones. Yeah, it's so pretty. I need to keep an eye on the time. I have to go in 15 minutes. You probably notice I don't go to town with blush normally, so I even find this a little bit heavy, so I'm going to go over it with the powder again. I pretty much always do this anyhow because I think it makes blush look a little bit more skin-like. You know, as much as a bright cranberry blush can. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, we're going to keep the lips natural because myself and my friend Bronwyn are going to go for hot chocolate when we meet in town. And what'll I use? I'm going to use this guy by Primark. It's pennies. PS Love Lip Liner in number 6. It's kind of like a brownie nude. These are only $1.50. So affordable. And they have been pretty much getting rave reviews from Irish bloggers. This needs a topping or sharpen or whatever you want to call it. This is such a soft lip liner that I find it can be hard to get a really, really defined, like nice edge. So my trick is to get a lip brush and use that to define the edge. Like this will actually define and diffuse the edge at the same time, so you'll get a good shape without it being too harsh. And for my lipstick, I'm gonna try this guy, and I think this is my first time using it. No, it looks like it's been used before. It's the Max Factor. I don't know what these guys are called actually. It's though I did a blog post on them and I didn't even know what they were called for the blog post. I think I had to look it up. They're like these gloss sticks, like really moisturizing lipsticks, and this is in the color Exquisite Caramel number 40, which again is like a brownie color, but I love this because it's so hydrating. And I don't have any time to do anything with my hair now because I have to leave for the bus in 12 minutes. So here's the finished look. My hair will do its grand. I put oil in it. I put oil in it anyhow after I washed it, so it should be fine. I'm loving those eyes, I have to say. Really impressed with this palette. Again, I'll find the price and I'll leave it below. Like this is the price it is in Ireland, so that'll have to do ease. And yeah, so let's see. The texture is beautiful, zero fallout pretty much, like there was no fallout on my face, and it's not powdery or like, yeah, breaking up in the actual palette itself. Really buttery for the shimmery shades and really lovely and smooth for the matte shades. If I had anything bad to say, I would say maybe I wish that Sassy was maybe a slightly darker shade that I could use as a highlight that wasn't so harsh, even though it is nice in the inner corner. And maybe if they had one lighter matte shade as a transitionary color. And like the brush that comes with it looks absolutely shite. It's the like cheapest, like really kind of rough synthetic kind of fibers. Don't use that. Other than that, it is lovely, and it does come with a mirror as well. And yeah, it's a magnetically closed palette as well. Even though it's paper or cardboard or whatever you call it, it's still, yeah, it still doesn't look like it would disintegrate in water. It's almost like that plasticky card. Anyhow, I'm going to leave it at that, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. If you've any questions, leave them for me below and I'll try and get back to you ASAP. And I will leave the full list of products below as well if you're interested in those. So thanks a million for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in my next video, which will be, I'm thinking of moving my videos to Saturdays for a while. So Wednesdays and Saturdays from now on. Yeah, so I'd say my next video will be on Saturday. I'll keep you updated on Twitter and or Snapchat though. So, but I'll just see you then anyhow, and in the meantime, take care. So long, guys.